Welcome back to Team O'Neill. I'm Wyatt. Today we're going to take an in-depth look at heel-toe shifting, from very basic, kind of how to accomplish a good heel-toe shift, up to some intermediate performance driving, and then some more advanced stuff incorporating left foot braking and some other techniques. So whether you're an absolute beginner to heel-toe shifting or a more advanced driver trying to incorporate it with a bunch of different techniques and maneuvers that you have, hopefully this video will cover all those bases for you. It's pretty cold out here. Let's get in the car and go hot. All right, so welcome. Heel and toe shifting is really easy. Let's take a look at it sitting still really quickly, and then we're gonna go hot and rip around and take a look at speed a little bit, what that's gonna look like for you. If you can brake with your right foot and you can rev match a downshift, you're simply combining those two techniques. The rough series of events is very simply, if we're in third gear and we wanna brake and heel and toe down into second, you're gonna brake with your right foot and clutch in. As you're slowing down, you're gonna keep the brakes on, shift into neutral, blip the throttle, shift into your lower gear, release the clutch, and drive away. It's important not to focus too much on the heel and toe part of it. Most cars, the pedals are close enough together that you'll be able to clutch in and brake and then just roll your ankle to get over to that gas pedal. But if the pedals are further apart, or you've got smaller feet, or for whatever reason, if you brake with your whole foot and now you do need to heel and toe to get over to that throttle pedal in order to get that blip in. It's entirely a matter of personal preference and what works for you, whatever's comfortable for your feet and your car, that's what you're gonna wanna do. So let's go for a little drive and take a look at it. Here we are in third gear. I've got a hard left. I'm gonna brake, blip the throttle, nice smooth shift into second. I had to use a bigger blip to get down into first. And you're driving along just nicely. Just so we're all on the same page, this is a 2.5 liter Subaru Impreza. It's not the WRX, it's just the normal 2.5 kind of RS spec car. Let's look at it again. Third gear, heel and toe down into second, heel and toe down into first, back to second gear and drive away. So third gear cruising along, brake with your right foot, neutral and blip, neutral and blip. And you get really smooth, seamless shifts from high gears down into lower gears. The same is true if you personally double clutch your downshift to rev match, that's fine. You can do the same thing heel and toe. It's not something that everybody uses. We can all agree in a laboratory environment, it's probably better. But it can be a little bit of a handful, especially in a rally car where things are sliding around, if you're drifting or something like that. If you're in third gear coming down this hill sideways and you want to start double clutching all your shifts, you've just got that much more to do. We'll go third gear, double clutch into second, double clutch into first. It is a smoother shift because you've got the clutch out in neutral. You're not just bringing the engine crankshaft RPM up, you're also bringing up the input shaft of the transmission. So if you are all about that, double clutching your downshifts, that's great. It can get a little frantic, in a rally car, say we're going down this hill sideways in third gear. You can do it, you got the time, but using the clutch only once gives you that little moment that you might need to do something else. We get the question very often, left foot braking and heel and toe shifting, kind of as if those two were mutually exclusive. And the simple truth is, just because you're left foot braking doesn't mean that you can't heel and toe shift. It just means you gotta switch feet real quick. You could be driving around left foot braking, doing everything you need to do. If you feel like you need to heel and toe downshift, just heel and toe downshift. That's as easy as it is, that's it. Third gear, left foot braking, coming up over this crest. If I need to heel and toe, go to heel and toe. We're smoothly into second gear. That's all you need to do. Third gear, right foot brake, little bit of a pendulum. Got the heel and toe, left foot back over, No problem. Third gear again. The other thing when you're left foot braking is you often match the revs without actually heel and toeing. I can slow down, get it turned in, get a pendulum around here, little blip, first gear and out. You didn't heel toe shift, but you certainly matched the revs and executed a perfectly smooth shift. That's all you're looking for. Your need to heel and toe shift is predicated by your desire to slow down before the corners. And if you're coming in fast, a lot of times you're better off getting it turned, getting it around the corner, fixing the understeer, making some oversteer if you need to, and then just rev matching the shift in the turn. We're gonna have to do a few more laps around here because honestly, it's just a really good time. Cruising along in a high gear, brake with your right foot, neutral, blip, second, left foot, we're good. If you wanted to go to first, brake with your right foot, neutral, big blip, first, clutch out, you're good. Third gear, left foot braking. So there's a lot of ways like that where you can match the RPM perfectly without using heel and toe. Third gear, second, into first, smooth around there, and you're gone. It's all a question of your priority at that moment. Priority 1 is always to scrub speed. Priority 2 is going to be to make sure you get it turned in and on a good line. And then priority 3 is going to be executing that shift and trying to do it smoothly if you can. All right, so that's the basics of heel-toe shifting. On the street, it's really nice to accomplish nice, smooth shifts. Especially in a car with a synchro transmission like this, it's crucial to be matching the revs and accomplishing those smooth shifts, but it's not always necessary to use that heel and toe technique. If you slow the vehicle down and then downshift, you don't need to blip the throttle at all. If you're left foot braking, sometimes you can switch over and just blip the throttle without being on the brake at that moment. So matching the revs is great however you can do it, mixed in with all of the other techniques that you're trying to work with. Priority 1 is always get it slowed down, get into the corner on a halfway decent line, then worry about shifting if you need to. So thank you so much as always for watching. If you're interested in coming out and doing some driving here yourself, check out teamoneil.com. If you're into these kinds of videos, consider subscribing to the channel. Be safe, have fun, and we'll catch you next time.